going on, everyone? My name's Obi and welcome back to Courtside Financial. Today we're going to talk about an investor meeting that Deutsche Bank had earlier this month with NIO CFO Stephen Fang. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any videos, and also make sure you hit that like button because it really does go a long way in helping out the channel. Lastly, if you want to be a part of the conversation before it happens here on YouTube, make sure to click the link in the description to join the free Courtside Financial Discord. When you open up your new brokerage account, you'll receive one free stock valued anywhere from $2.50 to $250. And when you make that initial deposit of $100 or more, you'll receive another free stock, and this free stock will be valued anywhere from $8 to $1,600. Lastly, cryptocurrency is now available on WeBull, so you can trade cryptocurrency on the platform with zero commission. So this meeting was actually held earlier this month, March 11th. And what came out of the meeting was something that I've talked about in the past on this channel and also recently after their earnings call. But I don't think a lot of people are focusing on this one specific aspect. But we'll get to all that in a second. First things first, let's run through the article. So obviously Deutsche Bank, this was March 11th, Deutsche Bank reiterated their buy rating on NIO. They gave it a $70 12-month price target. So nothing too shocking here. But it says management meeting takeaways, multifaceted growth roadmap in focus. We hosted NIO CFO Stephen Fang for a virtual investor meeting yesterday. This note summarizes our main takeaways for the discussion. In the near term, management remains confident in its demand trajectory, reaffirming that it does not see the Tesla Model Y materially hurting sales. Looking ahead, NIO outlined a multifaceted growth roadmap with increasing volumes. In respect to volume, NIO is formulating plans to enter the mass market segment in the next few years with a new brand in China, which will be positioned similar to Tesla's upcoming Model 2, i.e. $25,000 vehicle. Moreover, NIO is getting ready to expand internationally into Europe later this year with a tailored approach driven by local insights. In conjunction, management is garnering strong traction with its battery as a service, offering 55% take rate, and is on track to launch ADAS/AD subscription in Q1 2022, along with its ET7 flagship sedan. We reiterate our $70 price target and buy rating. NIO's core business will always be focused on the premium ownership experience, but the CFO made it very clear that the company is formulating plans to enter the higher volume plus lower price point segments in the next few years with a new brand. This new brand will essentially be positioned similar to Tesla's future Model 2, $25,000 vehicle as a smart EV offering trickle down to the mass market. By using a separate brand, the existing NIO brand can maintain its premium reputation while the company goes after higher growth and believes it can deliver differentiation through the technology and user experience. While the exact approach has not been finalized, NIO is open to partnerships, but we think that given their strong capital position, it could also consider building a business organically leveraging existing software powertrain technology. Management highlighted it does not want to follow existing approaches by many automakers where they make similarly styled vehicles for their mainstream luxury brands. Near-term competitive concerns are overblown. Management reiterated that it continues to see no material impact on demand for NIO vehicles by the Tesla Model Y price cut earlier this year. On the contrary, it believes Tesla continues to have a positive halo effect for all battery electric vehicles, attracting incremental buyers. Okay, so they talked about ADAS, autonomous driving as a service, and I've talked about that as well, how I think that it will really help boost NIO's margins. You know, if you think about Tesla, what full self-driving is doing for Tesla, you know, they're increasing the prices of it frequently. Really, it's not costing them any more to sell one more additional unit. So there's definitely a lot of scale to the software approach, and it seems like NIO is going to be doing the same thing here. The main thing I want to talk about here is management saying that NIO wants to release a mass market brand, a mass market vehicle under a different brand, which should be able to compete with the Tesla Model 2 around $25,000. So if you think about it, first things first, let's give some backstory. Battery prices are getting cheaper and cheaper over time. I think that when the Tesla Model 2 comes around, it will be at a time when battery prices have fallen significantly. Now, if you follow my channel, I've talked about the GAC NIO joint venture. Based on what CEO William Lee said during the earnings call, it does have potential for that to be the brand that NIO releases more affordable cars under. But also we're going to keep in mind that they've reduced their stake in the joint ventures that they're in, GAC NIO and Chang'an, and we're going to get to that in a second. So with them reducing their stake in GAC NIO, it does kind of make it hard to definitively say that GAC NIO will play a huge role in NIO's future. But there is a chance. A lot of people are sleeping on this joint venture, and I think that they have a pretty cool business model. It's really experimental as well. I'll put the flashback up right here. The reason that I believe this collaboration will be pretty interesting to follow is because the business model that they're running with is pretty unique. The reason why is because the founder, Lao Bing, said that we can hold them to their promise of never profiting more than 1% of the hardware costs from their customer. The vision for GAC NIO is not to rely on the cars to make them money, but it's about the integrated software and the intelligent travel ecology. For example, GAC NIO has subscription-based services that they offer, acronymed SUV. The S membership includes free warranty, lifetime over-the-air upgrades, unlimited bandwidth, and free home charging station installation service. The U membership includes 6 types of insurance and free maintenance. Of course, the liability and damage waiver. The V membership adds value-added entertainment and travel services to the U membership. My honest opinion is that I think it'll be interesting to see if this business model works or not. I certainly think that it's innovative. Here's the thing with how I think about the current auto industry and where it's going. A company that's moving into this new world should not solely have their revenue only coming from the sale of their cars. We don't have to get into detail about every car company, but if we think about Tesla, their revenue does not only come from their cars. If we think about NIO, their revenue does not only come from their cars. And also there was an image floating around the internet, I think it was towards the end of last year, that garnered a lot of hype. A photo of a concept car under the GAC NIO brand, under the Hycon brand, which is GAC NIO, the AR18. It was a pure electric sedan. And I think that this is a pretty cool looking sedan as well. So I think that a sedan like that could do very well under the GAC NIO brand. I want to get everybody up to speed on what's going on with these joint ventures in case you missed it during the earnings call. If you did miss the earnings call, I live streamed it on the channel. You can catch the full replay on the channel. But we're not going over everything in the earnings call right here. I just feel like this is a conversation that not many investors are having right now. So let's go back to this earnings transcript and see what William Lee said when Edison Yu of Deutsche Bank asked him about mass market vehicles. This was on the 1st of the month, remember? So we're not too far removed from earnings season, really. So William Lee said, simply speaking, the NIO brand is not going to enter the mass market, but in the past few years, we have already tried different approaches to enter the mass market with GAC and Chang'an. Previously, our shareholding in those investments was around over 40%, and now our shareholding is reduced to 5%. That gives us more flexibility and possibilities to try different approaches to enter the mass market, and we would like to be more active to do this. This is going to be a part of our long-term strategy. Now, he said that reducing both of those ventures to about 5% gives them more flexibility to do that, so I kind of want to expand on that from my opinion. So what Deutsche Bank actually wants to see is NIO creating their own brand. They reduced their stake in GAC NIO to around 5%. That joint venture is around 5%. They reduced their stake to the NIO Chang'an venture to around 5%. Now, let's say that they actually end up seeing potential in something like GAC NIO, or like GAC NIO starts to gain traction. Don't you think that they would be able to buy back some stake in there? Or let's say like the NIO Chang'an venture starts to take off. Don't you think that they would also be able to buy back some stake in there? And then on top of that, since it's only 5%, they do have the flexibility to go ahead and create their own more affordable car brand while they kind of have their hand in these different things. On top of that, they could actually be a little bit more diversified. They could start other joint ventures and still see which one's going to pop off and be more successful, and then double down on the winners, double down on what's working, and eventually the rest fade out. So from a flexibility standpoint, it makes sense to me. Overall, I believe William Lee and the management team will make the right decision when it comes to establishing a new, more affordable car brand. This is just because I've read a lot about this man. One of the articles I read about him when I was doing some research, I think this was like 3 weeks ago, referred to him as the godfather of travel in China, and basically that everybody rushes to give him an investment as soon as he asks for capital. will. William Li is, in my opinion, one of the greatest entrepreneurs in the world, a serial entrepreneur. He's had a lot of success and he's definitely learned from his failures like Mobike. So I think a lot of that causes him to be more cautious when it comes to NIO and having the right team around him to make the right decisions. And I don't see why they would not make the right decision when it comes to making a more affordable car brand. I want to know what you guys think about NIO. What do you think their approach to having a more affordable car or a mass market vehicle should be? Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, comment down below, and as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.